Hi, in today's live, I want to talk about reality, the brain, and our food behaviors. There's an author named Shawn who wrote the book, The Happiness Advantage, The 7 Principles of Positive Psychology That Fuel Success and Performance at Work. He made a quote that I love. He said this: every second of our own experience has to be measured through a relative and subjective brain. In other words, reality is merely our brain's relative understanding of the world based on where and how we are observing it. I'm going to say that again because it's worth repeating. Reality is merely our brain's relative understanding of the world based on where and how we are observing it. This is very, very important and can even be critical when it comes to people wanting to really make a lasting change of their food behaviors and change their relationship with food. It's making your reality, instead of a diet mentality reality, making it a I put my health first reality. I'm going to give an example. Okay. Let's say somebody is at an event, a wedding. Okay. And then at the wedding, these like very decadent and very fancy desserts are served. Now, my reality used to be that I would look at those desserts and look at all the people, thin people around me, enjoying these desserts and saying, that's not fair. Look at thin Susan and look how she can eat dessert and she's still thin. Why can't I? So you know what? I'm going to be like Susan and I'm going to just have a little or whatever it is. If she can eat it, it's not fair that I can't either. And then I would go into this reality of poor me. The reality is that I'm not allowed, or I'm depriving myself. And that's my reality. I see it as a reality of deprivation and a reality of that I am at a disadvantage compared with other people. And this was my reality. And therefore, it was a reality of suffering. So when I would try to not eat these foods that I knew were fattening, right? And I knew they weren't healthy for me. And I was at that time already, creeping up to obesity, on my way to metabolic disease at the age of 32. The reality was a reality of deprivation, of I'm screwed, right? Something's wrong with me. Why can't I be like everybody else? And what allowed me to adopt a different way of eating was looking at my reality and my food reality in a different subjective light, because it is all about the way I interpret what I see. Cake is being served as dessert, or I don't know, there's fancy desserts on the table, right? That is a reality. That is part of the reality. But what is most critical is how I see that reality and my objective interpretation of that reality. And today, my reality is that I choose to forego the momentary pleasure of those desserts, because what I get in return is long-term health and happiness. And the truth is that many times when I see people eating these desserts, today, my reality is that it makes me very grateful that I don't have to eat them, that I can choose not to eat them. And the reason I can choose not to eat them is because today, when I understand the way the brain works, I know that for me, just a little is not part of my reality. My reality is binging or not having any, like total loss of control, or foregoing these foods that light up my brain like a Christmas tree, addict me, and make me lose control of the way I eat. So, but the truth is now, my reality is when I today understand deeply, and this is why knowledge is so important. When I understand what the food industry is doing to our food reality, or to the way we perceive the reality of what food should be, what how should food serve us, what is the goal of eating, and this is a reality that the food industry completely manipulates us into, right? And when I see that and take a step back and maybe look from the outside in, and I see the reality of people filling their grocery baskets with hyper processed foods that will make them sick, that will make them overweight and obese, and that will make them addicted or lose control or just hungry and irritated all the time and tired. And many people don't even realize that a large part of why they're feeling so poorly is because of the foods that they're eating. And many of them don't even realize that, the reality is that they're eating foods that are harming them when they think sometimes even that they're eating healthy foods. And when I take a step back and look at that reality, for me, it makes me grateful for the place that I am today and for the food reality that I have created for myself. Whereas I look at myself honestly and I know that I can choose my reality and my interpretation of reality when it comes to my choice to eat or not to eat foods that are harmful to me. So think about that. Educate yourself so that you can really perceive your food reality not from a place of weakness, of poor me, of as if I'm disadvantaged or deprivation, but look at your food reality from a place of empowerment, from a place of real choice, an informed choice, an educated choice. And that is what I do, by the way, for my clients. And you can also begin that journey with my sugar-free starter kit, right? Sugar Detox Starter Kit. If you would like to change your reality and really give up sugar and see what that does to your reality, even if it is temporarily or if it's the first stepping stone to your sugar-free journey and your healthy life. Hope you enjoyed this live. I will see you again next week on Sippy Live, Mondays at 7 p.m. Do not forget to look at all the cool offers that are in the links below, including the offer for the Sugar Detox Starter Kit. And I will see you next week. Have a wonderful day, a lovely evening, and a fantastic week. Bye-bye.